Hey, so what is going on, everyone? I have an unboxing video here for you. This is the Mastercase H500M by Cooler Master. It has these great big 200mm ARGB fans in the front, and we're gonna go ahead and unbox this thing. I'll show you the contents that come with it, and we'll talk about the specs and some of the features. This is the first time I've ever seen one come in a carry bag like this. Got handles on it, easy for pulling out, pretty cool. So these three things were in the box too. With this piece of glass, you have the option here of having the screen in the front, or you can put the glass in. This is just the warranty information. In this little box, you have some zip ties for cables that you might want to make permanent, and some additional wiring and some screws and stuff in here. Let's do a walk around now, the H500M. That way you can get a chance to see what it looks like sitting up here with the glass panels on it. Now stay tuned, because I'm gonna go ahead and show you how that SSD drive mounts in there. And we're gonna tear this thing down, and I'll show you what's behind the other panel. There is an ARGB controller in there, and we're going to remove the shrouds there in the bottom. Talk about some specs and fan sizes, radiator sizes, and things like that. So this is a mid-sized tower, and it comes with a 2-year warranty. It is also considered an iron gray color. It's a very, very nice looking tower. And as you can see, as we come around to the front here, we have interchangeable front panels. Here we have the piece of tempered glass, and then we have this steel mesh that it actually shipped with. And taking a look at the I/O panel here, you have 4 3.0 USB ports and 1 3.1 Type-C port, a headphone port, microphone port, and the power button, and then some LED indicators over here. This, I believe, lights up once it's powered on. Okay, so I went ahead and I kind of tore this thing apart and removed the pieces so you guys can get a better understanding, a better look at it and all. But let's go ahead and just start with the top real quick. So on the back, there's a thumb screw, and all you really need to do is unscrew that. And then this top panel just pops off. Nice and easy like that. It should anyway. So on the very top, you can actually mount 200mm fans, which are basically the same ones there in the front. You can actually mount that large of a fan up here on the top. And just taking a look here at the back panel now. So this piece here is plastic, and that just pops in, so you have access to your processor to assemble probably like the water cooling and all that kind of stuff. That just snaps in there nice and easy, but I removed it so you could see what it looks like there. Then down here is the ARGB controller, and it just fastens in there with some screws. Here you can see all the cables coming out here. This little door, this actually comes off, and it just kind of hangs on there with like little hooks. You have your holes here to feed all your cabling and stuff through these rubber grommets. So in order to remove the front panel, there's like 3 plastic like little clips in there on both sides. All you do is press them in like so, and then that starts to pop off. You just come over to this side and do the same thing, and then this cover just pops right off nice and easy. And then in here is where you can actually switch out your glass with those screws right in there. Here's just a quick look at it with the cover off the front. And since these are addressable ARGB, they're going to be the 3-pin 5-volt type connector. And then jumping back here to the back, I just wanted to show you guys, there's an actual screen, like a filter down here for your power supply, which is pretty neat. And this piece down here holds the power supply in. Comes with nice thumb screws, and they actually stay in place. They don't even fall out of that little bracket. That's pretty nice. And you can also mount a vertical video card. So taking a look at the power supply housing cover here that goes in here, I did have a little trouble getting that out right away. I had to actually remove a screw down here for this hard drive housing in order to comfortably like remove that thing. But I noticed on top there was like these 4 holes with little rubber grommets, and in this case that you get, you're gonna get these little screws that look just like that right there, and there's several of them. And if you got an SSD drive, you can just screw those into your SSD drive like that, and then you can mount your hard drive right in there. You just press them down in there, and it seats right down in there. So you can mount your drives right there. One thing that I was not so sure about, like why they do this, is like when you mount your hard drive in this tray and put it in there, you actually end up taking this cover and putting it on there, and it's covered up, and it's difficult to remove them if you want to get in there and work or do something. But I don't know why they do it that way. It'd be nice if it was the other way around and they were accessible from the back, but I'm not sure if there's a design reason for that. This housing right here actually has a cutout in it, the one that goes over the hard drives, and on the back you can see, I think you can remove remove or slide that thing out of place. That way, when you install this back in there, you have more room for like a radiator or something like that. I believe this here is for the pump mount. I think this has something to do with mounting the pump in there, some type of bracket. But as far as the fan sizes in here, I know you can put up to 3 120s and 3 140 mm size fans up in there. So up top here on the case, as far as fan support goes, you can actually mount 120 millimeter fans. You can put 3 of those in, or you can do 3 140 millimeter fans or 2 200 millimeter fans. And for rear fan support, you can put a 120 millimeter one in there or a 140 millimeter fan. Let's just talk about liquid cooling support real quick as far as the radiator goes before I end this video. So up here on the top, I'm gonna throw out some numbers here. This may help some of you out. This will actually support 120 millimeter, 140, 240, 280, and 360 millimeter radiator size. So talking about radiator support in the front, you can actually put in up to 120 millimeter, 140, 200, 240, 280, and 360 millimeter radiator. And in the rear, as far as liquid cooling support, you can actually put in up to 120 millimeter or 140 millimeter. So for this particular build that I'm doing with this case, I'm actually going to be installing this Master Liquid ML240R ARGB cooler radiator, and I'm going to be putting mine at the top. And I'll probably mount the fans up top and then put the radiator, of course, underneath. And I know, again, like I said, I know you can get some 3 fans in here, and the cover should go on there just fine and all that. Anyway, I am sure that there's something I missed. I tried to cover as much as I could to be as helpful as I could to anyone considering purchasing this case. If you're considering purchasing the H500M right here, you're going to pay about $200 for it, at least at the time of right now when I'm making this video. So I'll put links in the description below if any of you are interested. Hit that link, go over to Amazon and check this thing out. So comment in the comment section below, guys. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video, or the thumbs down button if you didn't. And if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.